So, something has run across my desk. I was live earlier and I received breaking news from one of the cousins. I can't be everywhere at the same time. And this is what the headline reads. We tapped on this on the live, but it was like towards the end. This is according to usmagazine.com. RHOP's Mia Thornton sued for eviction over unpaid rent weeks before airport arrest. Exclusive.
Oh, look at the CEO! Look at the CEO! Oh, look at the CEO!
You a big girl and you're doing that.
Listen to me. And the businesswoman.
When I tell you I don't know what's going on with the girlies in P-Town, baby, when I tell you the lifestyle just got some of y'all by your lace fronts and toupees, and it is wearing y'all low. The Real Housewives of Potomac alum Mia Thornton, you know, I told the girls and boys that I was going to stop calling the RHOP cast the Real Housewives of Potomac. I said I was going to retire that because based off of what I've seen this season, the girls are trying to put their best foot forward, right? We trying. Are they on TV spending $100,000 for a couple of pair of earrings like the girlie did on Beverly Hills? No, we're not there quite yet. Did they upgrade from that floaty they had them piled on last year to a decent boat? They did. I appreciate it. Right? Did they take them out of that house from Miami where they had the pipes and you could hear somebody flushing the toilet to the Four Seasons? They did. I appreciate it. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to stop calling the girls the Real Housewives of Potomac. And as soon as I look up, Real Housewives of Potomac alum Mia Thornton was sued for eviction months before she was arrested for allegedly stealing furniture out of a luxury high-rise rental, Us Weekly can exclusively report. Us obtained a lawsuit filed by a company called Encore Management against Thornton and Jared McGriff on September the 11th. The suit said Thornton, 40, and McGriff rented a property but failed to pay the rent on a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 2011 square foot unit located in Atlanta. Encore demanded the duo be evicted and pay the past due rent of $5,100 for September plus $6,085 per month. They remained. Encore's suit also requested an additional $700 in fees. Us obtained a second eviction notice, eviction lawsuit filed in March in 2024 against Thornton in North Carolina. A landlord claimed she failed to pay $3,419 in rent and demanded possession of the rented property. On Wednesday, November the 19th, Thornton was arrested at the Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport after officers responded to a call for a wanted person at the Customs and Border Protection Office related to an active warrant over alleged furniture theft. Per the police report, a rep for Encore filed a report claiming Thornton and a man named Jared McGriff rented out a unit. The landlord's rep said the duo, without notifying anyone, suddenly moved out of the unit in the middle of the night on October the 28th. The rep said Thornton and McGriff also took all the furniture which was in the unit prior to their move in, as well as a TV which was on the wall. I told y'all, Mia moving like a crackhead, baby. The police took Thornton into custody without incident and transported her to the Fulton County Jail, where she was booked. The rep for the landlord said the furniture belonged to their client and that the tenants were not supposed to take it with them. The police said they reviewed invoices for the furniture and TV, which cost over $11,000. In Bodycam footage from Thornton's arrest, the reality star cried as she was placed in handcuffs. In the footage, Thornton claimed to the police that McGriff had a storage key. "I just want him to put that furniture back. Enough is enough," she seemingly said. She also said she sent messages to her roommate to put it back. I told y'all, what some of us were saying that we heard, I really couldn't hear. But from what I thought I heard her say something about a roommate. And I was like, girl, a roommate? I mean, nothing's wrong with a roommate. Don't ever get it twisted. But you know, for Mia to have just left a hit show, and it's not like Mia live in New York. You know what I'm saying? In Tribeca. And she might need a little roommate to help her cover $15,000 rent because she got 3 kids and a single mama. You see what I'm trying to say? Some stuff makes sense, but I'm like, girl, I know Atlanta is not just cheap, but it ain't no New York either. So I was like, girl, you done moved to Atlanta? You just left the show. I was thinking that Mia will be okay for at least a year or two, you know? And girl, you got a roommate? I was okay. Anyways, let me just say this. I want to play a clip of Mia talking about Dr. Wendy. And then, yeah, we're going to talk.
Karen just got out of jail. Now Wendy's going there. What the hell? We taking turns over here? Like, I don't want no parts, okay? This is why my ass is minding my business in Atlanta, okay? I had enough. You know what? I will take my butt back to the strip club and make my dollar. For heaven's sake. Don't be like, people, it's too much. Now, where are the kids?
So
everybody's so worried about my children, which my children are perfectly great. Where now? What? Now her kids are sitting here at school, right? Getting the breaking news that mommy and daddy have mugshots because they committed fraud. Like, that's ridiculous.
I hear that. I hear that.
Because she needed a storyline. Like, no, like 1 + 1 is not equaling 2, and I have 0 degrees, and I know that is correct. You know, like,
Oh, it must suck to be you.
Baby. Ooh, wee. Mia, baby, you might have to go back to selling pussy. Because that's what it sounds like. I mean, you the one who said I might have to go back to the strip. Mia said I'd rather go back to the strip club. Well, girl, it looked like you on your way back, girl, to selling lobster and puss.
This matches have been approved by Scrippers from Time.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. Girl, work ain't honest, but it pays the bills. Sex work, selling puss is the oldest job in the book. Don't ever get it twisted. It's funny, though, how you were just down to the internet about a month ago talking about Dr. Wendy when your black ass is walking around here with eviction notices and stealing folks' furniture. Girl, I read online that they took the remote control. Girl, they said they took everything, including the remote control. The gag to me is we all need to be careful with what we talk about, right? And how we may look at someone's downfall. But for Mia to know that 30 days ago she was going through what she was going through and still had the audacity to come down to the World Wide Web and say what she said. And what about your kids? What about your kids? What about little Juju and Jeremiah? What about your children? How Miss Mama Mia? What about your kids, Mia Moore? I'm going to say it. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I wasn't going to say it, but I'm going to say it. You know the sad part about this whole situation is I didn't care about Mia's storyline for season 9. It didn't bother me. For some people, they didn't like that they felt Mia was using her child's paternity as a storyline. I don't have to worry about having to sit down with Jeremiah, whatever the baby name was. That's going to be between Mia and Gordon, and ink is permanent. Okay? Mia, the sad thing about this whole situation is all of what people thought was a stunt and show that you pulled down to the Potomac, you done did all of that, right? And don't get it twisted, because I've always screamed from the mountaintop. Mia wasn't by herself. Gordon was a stunt queen too, and I would die on that hill. Girl, you and the stunts that Gordon pulled, playing with, his illness, using that child as a storyline, bringing in that man who you knew wasn't that child's baby dad. I mean, you know it wasn't that child's father. You done did all of that to turn your black ass around, and girl, what you got out of the situation? Everybody has a price. I don't care what anybody says. Everybody has a price. For you to go that route, to use your child while you so worried about Wendy's children as a storyline, and we look up, girl, 2 months later, you got an eviction notice, and girl, they say you still in furniture. Girl, you did all of that for what? You did all of that for what? Did it pay off in the end? You see what I'm saying? I can see if it paid off in the end and Mia became just the face of Potomac, then I was like, well, maybe it worked out for her, girl. She's still on the show. She's the face. She's front and center. Girl, this is the second season that they've made the show about Mia, so maybe it worked all out for Mia. But based off what we're seeing, and just because we see something on the internet doesn't mean that it's true. Again, it could be a misunderstanding. But girl, you really put your children on the line for a storyline for a situation where it doesn't appear that it paid off. And you got the nerve to be down here talking about Wendy's kids, girl, being at the schoolhouse and seeing their mom and daddy with a mug shot. Mia, you're the last person to really talk about putting their child in a position to be teased. The last person. And I'm going to leave it at that. Let's keep on going. Now, your kids have to be at school and look at the news of their mama with their hand behind her back at the busiest airport in the world, being arrested on Bodycam footage. And we know your oldest son saw it. Her oldest son is about 15, 16 now? So we know he saw it. Right? So while you so worried about, girl, what little Eddie and little Wendy and little Eddie Jr. Sr. over there doing, you should have been worried about your own children and how they was going to feel when they saw their mama with their hands behind her back. Talking about getting in touch with the roommate. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Can we tell the truth? Can we tell the truth and shame the devil? Let's listen to it. I want to listen to it again. Hold up. Let's listen to it again. Hold up.
Going there. What the hell? We taking turns every, like, I don't want no parts, okay? This is what my ass is minding my business in a win, okay? I ain't had enough.
Are you minding your business? Are you stealing furniture?
You know what? I will take my butt back to the strip club and make my dollar for heaven's sake. Don't be
Girl, you gonna have to go back. You gonna have to go back. You gonna be going, girl. You gonna have to go back from the looks of it.
Thrust it! Thrust it! Thrust it! Thrust it! Come on, thrust it! Ah! Okay. That's enough.
Okay.
It's too much. Now, where are the kids?
So
Everybody's so worried about my children, which my children are perfectly great. Where now? What? Now her kids are sitting here at school.
Who said who said that Wendy and Eddie kids were not perfectly great? Now what are your kids doing, Mia?
Right? Getting the breaking news that mommy and daddy have mugshots because they commit.
That mommy has a mugshot. Because she was stealing furniture and remote controls and love seats and sofas and couches and mattresses and bedroom sets and coffees and mugs and forks and spoons. Oh my.
It's fraud. Like, that's ridiculous.
I hear that. I hear that.
Because she needed a storyline? Like, no. Like, 1 + 1 is not equaling 2, and I have 0.
The fact of the matter is there are more people out there who have probably committed insurance fraud than girl walking around here trying to walk out somebody's front door with a sofa on their back. Okay? You know what the gag is? The gag is, like one of the cousins said in the comment section, have you noticed that nobody has even said that they're surprised that Mia has been caught up into some shit like this? And that brings me to my next point. That's what I was saying about Dr. Wendy. You can say what you want to say about Dr. Wendy. Whether you like her, hate her, whatever, it doesn't matter. Everybody was surprised that Dr. Wendy and Eddie were allegedly over there doing what they say they were doing. Because nobody ever thought that that's what they were doing. With Mia, I have not seen one comment where people are like, oh my God, I'm so surprised. We're just like, oh, okay. Oh, still an ass helper, you know? We were talking about this earlier, and I really thought until I started talking about it, I really thought that Mia financially was okay for at least a year or two. Like, when you think about it, Mia just left the show. And girl, from what they say, you're stealing furniture and you're getting eviction notices. I know that Mia wasn't making what Ashley and Giselle and Karen are making. I mean, they're OGs of the show. And I've also heard that they really don't start making money until the 3rd or 4th season. So I was thinking that Mia was making at least $400,000. One of the cousins said the bitch make 110. I never looked at Mia as someone who was irresponsible with her coin. I really didn't. Because even when I think about Mia on the show, until I started talking about it, Mia never gave me she's irresponsible with her money. Even last year, she used to talk about how she wore Fashion Nova. Mia would have looks, like, I don't like Mia with blonde hair. There were some looks that she had that I thought were questionable, some of her, like, confessional looks. But for the most part, Mia never looked a mess. Mia always dressed nice to me. Hair was always together. Makeup was always, and like, Mia was never a mess at all. But Mia was never also one of those girls who she gave you, like, a Dorit, an Erica Jane, a Marlo, where the girls you know probably either girl got somebody boosting for them or, you know, spending a cute little coin on their clothes or renting the clothes. Like, Mia never gave me that. And then we started talking about how one of the cousins was like, well, you know, she was renting that house. And I was like, oh, Mia was renting a house for $10,000. And then remember when she put that $60,000 into that rental? See, I think this is where Mia messed up. One, She should have stayed her black ass in that condo when they were in Baltimore. But then remember, I think the next season, they moved out of the condo and then moved into that house that they were renting for $10,000 a month and then put $60,000 worth of work into the rental property. Girl, I think that is the dumbest shit ever. Don't get it twisted. I've never lived in a house before, but I've lived in apartments. And I'll go in, you know, I might paint the wall. You know, I remember my last apartment was very, 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 very old. So I went to, I think it was like Lowe's or Home Depot. I got some new, what is it called? Handles for like the cabinets in the kitchen. They were like $2 a piece. So I did little things like that. But girl, I wouldn't put no that. Girl, I probably put $40 trying to bring that apartment to life. You get what I'm trying to say? But to spend what Mia said was $60,000, it's like, girl, that just sounds dumb to me. I mean, I'm sure the person whose home you were renting, they were probably excited about it. So anyways, then Mia moved. I think she moved again. And then she moved again to that apartment. Because remember last year she was in an apartment. Her and Gordon were living in the same building. I think the same floor, but I know they lived in the same building. So it's like, girl, maybe Mia never really had the money that, and we all know Mia is a liar. We know she came on bragging about being a boss, just for her to get locked out of the business. So Mia's money probably has never just been that long. And then I feel like Mia probably got fired, which she should have, when she walked away from that reunion. Like we were saying earlier, she didn't even just walk. She didn't run to the back. You know how the girls run to the back? Except for Kenya Moore, okay? I think a lot of the girls have ran off the stage. Candy ran off the stage. Remember, she was like, ooh, that's why I said she be pulling your strings. We done seen Candy run off stage. We done seen Karen run off stage. Like, it's one thing to run off and go to the back and try to get your shit together, right? And then you come back. It's a whole nother situation for you to leave the stage, go to the back, take your dress off, put your street clothes on, and leave the building. Like, Mia was asking to be fired. She really was. Because I would have fired her black ass too. Girl, that's a no call, no show. That's job abandonment. That is job abandonment. Mia, I think Mia, and then it's like, Mia, you really, the last season was the Mia season. Like I was saying earlier, Mia should have just played her card. She should have just stood in her shit. Even like Mia should have just went to that reunion, stood in her shit, cursed out everybody with her legs crossed and called it a day and came back the next season. Girl, people forget. You know what I'm saying? We would have moved on to season 11, season 10, and nobody would have been talking about season 9 anymore. Mia really messed up. And then she moved her ass to Atlanta with that goddamn nigga. Girl. And now it's like Mia, girl, you really fucked up the church's money. Maybe this is a misunderstanding. I hope it is. I hope Mia not going out like this to the point where, girl, you stealing furniture and now you need a roommate with your 3 kids. You know, like it's a lot. You go from being on a hit show, you know, to I'm assuming making, I'm gonna say at least $300,000 to $400,000 to now being arrested, having warrants, eviction notices. But the get you gotcha is you really had your ass down to the internet talking about Dr. Wendy like you did not know you had warrants and you were stealing furniture. Judging her and talking about her kids and what's going on with her kids when, baby, what was happening with your kids when you had your hands behind your back? I'm popping my ankle, sorry. In case y'all heard something popping. This is a mess. I am so happy. One thing I'm grateful for, I really, really am, is that I feel, and we've touched on this before, I feel like I grew up at a time where for us, even though the phrase keeping up with the Joneses has been around, right? We're moving on up to the east side, to a deluxe apartment and the sky. I'm moving on up to the east side and finally got a piece of the pie. Mm-mm. Fish don't burn in the kitchen, beans don't burn on the grill. It took a whole lot of trying just to get up the hill. Hey, now we up in the big lead. Baby. Wait, as long as you and me, baby, ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm moving on up to the east side. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Moving on up to the east side. I remember a time, and I will say that it probably is because social media was not around. I feel like social media is a gift and a curse. I really do. It's a beautiful thing. But then on the flip side, you see the way that some people live, and you think it's reality, and it's not. A lot of these girls are robbing Peter to pay Paul. A lot of these girls living just like us. They're trying to make it seem as though, oh girl, I'm living good, I'm living great. You know, they're showing their clothes and their high-rise apartments and their cars and, you know, I get my hair cut every week and my barber comes to my apartment and I pay him $300 and I get my hair done every week and I get my nails done and they're $400 every week. Like, that's the life they present online, right? And some people can get caught into that and then they start to doubt their own life, doubt their own worth, where they're at in life. And I just remember a time where, like, me growing up, again, maybe because we didn't have social media, girl, we were okay wearing Nautica and Tommy Hilfiger and, you know, Polo and FUBU. Like, I don't remember people having a fit to have Gucci and Louis and Prada and Tom Ford, you know. If you had Nautica, if you had some Tommy Hilfiger Polo, you was good to go. Okay? All you needed was a cute little Tommy Hilfiger. All you needed was a polo shirt with a Tommy Hilfiger sign right here, and you was good to go. Okay? That's all you needed. All you needed was a little polo shirt with a little polo sign right here. That's all you needed. And now, people are just trying to keep up and present this life that they don't have. That everybody wants to be grand. That's never been really my thing. I got what I got. I don't got what I don't got. It's going to come when it's going to come, and we're going to be all right. Okay? We ain't got no choice. I've never been into... I really do believe that... I know I'm just talking now. I really do believe that in life, even if you don't want to live this fabulous, over-the-top, luxurious lifestyle, I do believe that everybody's goal is just to live a comfortable life. To be able to feed their family, have something saved up for a rainy day, or even if it's not a rainy day, just have something saved up, be able to, you know what I'm saying? Just be able to take care of your business, the family, you know, and be okay. There are certain things that I want in life. There's a certain lifestyle I want to live. Does it have to be this fabulous over-the-top lifestyle where I'm hanging out with the rich and the famous? And no. I just want to be okay. And I want to be able to get what I want to get when I want to get it. Make decisions on whether I need it or not. Can I afford it? If I can't afford it, it's okay. Because I don't really need that bag anyways. I don't really need them shoes anyways. I'm good. You see what I'm saying? But if I want it, if I really want it, I want to be able to get it. If I want to travel to Paris, I want to be able to just travel to Paris, you know? But I don't have to be living in like a 7-bedroom house, you know. I don't have to live that way. I'm okay with me a cute little condo. It's just gonna be me. It's just gonna be me for the rest of my life anyways. So I don't need all that carrying on. That's another thing too, like, I remember I used to always say like, I want a big house, I want a big house, I want a big house. Because big houses to me represented that you were probably rich and successful. And then one day like a light bulb went off, like, why do you want a big house? Why do you feel the need that like you're only successful because of what this house that you want so bad will represent? The truth of the matter is you're gonna be by yourself. You're not like, you don't need this big ass house. So it's like some things as I get older, I'm starting to realize like that's not my life. I thought that's what I wanted, but that's not what I want. You know what I'm saying? There are some things I do want that I hope I get, I hope I achieve. But there are some things on that list that I'm like, girl, you really don't need that. Like, you really don't need a Rolls Royce. Why do you want a $500,000 car? Like, why? I mean, there's nothing wrong if you want. I'm just saying for me. Like, you really don't need that. Do I want to be able to go and buy me a couple of pieces sometimes? Yes. Do I want to be able to buy the Bottega bag that I want? Yes, I do, because it's this bag that I want so bad. Do I want to be able to buy me a couple of shoes? You know, it's these Tom Ford boots I want so bad. Ooh, it's these YSL boots I want too. So stuff like that, because I want it, right? But if I don't get it, it'll be okay. Am I in a rush? No, because it's just stuff. Do I feel the need to try and put up this? No, that's just not me. Like I tell the girls, babe, I get on here with the same denim jacket on every motherfucking day. I don't give a fuck what nobody got to say. I'm down here running my mouth. Like, I'm not caught up into trying to live this lifestyle. And then I used to always say, like, I'm so happy I didn't move to Atlanta. This is no shade to the girls in Atlanta. I feel like Atlanta is one of those places where it's a lot of smoke and mirrors. I really do. And I believe that you can move to Atlanta and really get caught up into the optics. I know it can be that way in a lot of places, but I feel like Atlanta is one of those places. I really do. And I remember I used to think that Atlanta was a place that everybody should want to live. I used to want to live in Atlanta so bad. Like, Atlanta was the place that I wanted to be in. I like the fact, what I thought it was a lot of black people. A lot of niggas. Okay. I just wanted to be in Atlanta. And a part of me is so happy that I did not move to Atlanta at the time that I really, really wanted to. Because I was like, would you have gotten caught up? Would you have gotten caught up? Would you have been one of those queens who did whatever they needed to do in order to present that you had something that you know you don't have? That always crosses my mind. A part of me feels like I wouldn't, because that was never me anyways. The only time I really felt moved I remember to buy my first designer piece was when I started working at Nordstrom. And I saw all the girls and boys having a little designer. And I remember the first thing I bought was a pair of Prada shoes. I got them like, I think they were, I keep saying $130, I think they were like $185. It was something like that. I used somebody's 33% discount and all that stuff. That was the first time. But again, I think I was never moved by like designer items because one, I never could afford it. And then two, that just wasn't what I was raised on. So it was never really something in my head. And even when I would see other people wearing it, it never really crossed my mind that that's what I want. Because I'm going to Steve Madden. I'm going to Foley's. You see what I'm saying? Anyways, I know I'm just rambling. Yeah. you got Wendy and Eddie over there, allegedly. You got Wendy and Eddie over there, girl, with 40, allegedly 40 credit cards / debit cards. They say they have mounds of debt. Wendy walking around here trying to be the baddest bitch she can be. When it's like, girl, y'all need to be trying to pay some of that motherfucking debt down while you out here getting bodies and titties and shit. No shade. That's my girl. I love her to pieces. That's going to be my girl to the day I die. I'm Team Wendy. But we got to tell the truth and shame the devil too. And it is kind of true. Like, I'm not mad at Wendy for wanting to look wanting to look the way that she wants to look. Because if I was on TV, I would probably try to put my best forward too. You know, it's one thing to get on YouTube and just throw on a little denim jacket, a little cut-off t-shirt. There's another thing to be on TV where like millions of people could possibly see you and judge you every day and pick you apart and talk about you. So I get it, I do. Because if I was on a reality show, I would want to put my best foot forward too, and try to look as best as I could. But on the flip side, it's like, girl, that's not even what they give in Potomac when you really think about it. And even though I can appreciate Wendy trying to look like a housewife, it's also like, girl, you really could have got away with just like a cute little top, some little skirts, mini skirts, dresses. Because even Karen never looks a mess. But Karen always, Karen looks nice. Girl, I was about to tell a motherfucking lie. I was about to say Giselle. Mia never looks a mess. Even Stacey never looks a mess. Stacey look like she probably goes straight to TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Nordstrom, get her a couple of jumpsuits. Stacey wore the same thing over and over. And I'm not the same, like literally the same thing, but she has her style. She's gonna wear a fitted dress past her knees, probably to her calves, right? A jumper, a romper. She gonna go about her business. Stacey never look a mess, right? But she knows she always looks nice though. You get what I'm trying to say? And then here come Wendy, girl, giving you, girl, New York Fashion Week every scene. So it is kind of like, girl, when you think about it, like that it really is kind of unnecessary on Potomac because that's not what they give anyways. Girl, they really don't give fashion. They really don't give the lifestyle. You really could have just shown up in like some cute little pieces, fashion over dresses, fashion over outfits, and been good to go. You really could have. And maybe Wendy's stuff is not expensive and it just looks expensive. That's another thing too that could be a possibility because I'm assuming that it's expensive pieces, but it might not be. It might just be quality pieces that she knows how to pick out. I don't know, girl. Anyways, let me get up off of here. Shout out to me, old thieving ass heifer. All right, y'all, I'm gone. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good night. Bye, y'all.